Here we go. Red Sox win 8-5 over the Los Angeles Dodgers. They take game 2 and they give themselves a chance to take the series tomorrow. In Mookie's return to Fenway, first series in front of a Fenway crowd since September of 2019. Red Sox offense was clicking this time around. The bullpen, as good as we've seen them, overcame a tough start by James Paxton. Went 4 1/3, giving up 4 runs. Mookie Betts has been raking in his return. 3 hits today. An RBI gets his average up to 312. However, Justin Turner coming in clutch with 2 RBIs, including a home run. The bullpen combination of Winkowski, Bernardino, Whitlock, Martin, and Schreiber nailing this one down. First save of the year for John Schreiber. Brendan Bernardino, his second win. And the Red Sox take another tough game. So far, the first 2 games in this series have been entertaining. From a baseball perspective, this is what you want in a series. And I'm sure if you're a neutral fan, you got to be enjoying what you see. From a narrative standpoint and from an actual baseball standpoint. Of course, there have been times where both teams have looked pretty sloppy. Mookie Betts made a costly error that gave the Red Sox an extra run. Of course, Adam Duvall, the 3-run shot, changing the momentum of the game. That made it 5-4 after Urias had been mostly dealing. I think they left him in a little bit too long there. Let him finish the 6th, but by that point, the Red Sox already scored the winning run. And they would go on to hold it 8-5. The bases were loaded in that top of the 9th inning. The tying run was on base for Mookie Betts, and he got a hold of one, put it to dead center field. However, just shy of the wall. And the Red Sox, by the slimmest of margins again, managed to win. And if they can take the series, they can put themselves in an alright position as they will face Houston for 3 this upcoming week after Sunday's game. I'm not going to get super hyped about it. I don't want another, because all I know is going to happen is I'm going to get super mad if they lose a game. Obviously, everything on Friday and how much of a mess that was can be forgiven if the Red Sox can pull this one out. But again, Paxton's struggling, and it's nice to see the offense of the bullpen pick him up, because that's just what you need sometimes. You need an offense that, when your starter doesn't have it, they can bail him out. He's not going to get the win. Again, Bernardino got the win. He managed to get the win despite only facing 1 batter, but got him for a strikeout. However, he deserves it. He got the big out when he needed to. And the Red Sox hitting did the rest. A great win. And excitement going into Sunday. I know this is going to be a shorter video, but not much to complain about here other than Paxton struggled a little bit. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be a huge game. Red Sox improved to 69-61, 8 games over 500. I think we're saying that we're going to need close to 90 wins to get into the postseason. So we're really going to have to turn it up this last month or so in these last, 30-something games. It's going to come down to the wire. But I'm glad we're in that position that we really weren't in last year, to be playing meaningful baseball in September. Even if we don't get in, at least it's not over with a month left. And I've seen some stinkers of seasons where there was a month left in the season and it wasn't even close. It was over before it even started. But this year, not really the case. So excited to see if we can finish strong. Just finish all right. Finish well enough to get into a respectable place. If you can even get into 3rd place, just passing Toronto, that would honestly be satisfying in and of itself, even if we don't make the postseason. Which is weird, because it looked like the American League was going to be the team to send, the division to send multiple playoff teams, but honestly, the American League West might take 2 of those wild cards. Between Houston, Seattle, and Texas, only one of them is going to be able to win the division, and the others are going to have to settle for wild cards. Obviously, it's close with Toronto and Boston, but you expected more than... Some people were saying that all 3 wild cards were going to go to the AL East, and that it was going to be like the Yankees, who, I think at this point, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm hoping we can pretty much count them out at this point, say that they're too far behind. They're not going to... I mean, they could catch us, but they're not going to catch Seattle, Toronto, Houston, whatever. Baltimore's starting to. Baltimore and Tampa are going to fight for that division. I think that's going to end up actually being kind of close, but they'll both make the postseason easily. If this were back in the day where it was just one wild card, this would all be meaningless because Tampa is they're solidly in that first wild card. I think they're like 6 games above the next team, so they're way, 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 way out in front. So that's going to be what we look forward to. But that's going to be all for this one. I know it's a shorter video, but I just got home with some friends, so enjoy it anyway.